So we got some rumors coming out of the old rumor mill. Word on the street is Disney wants Brie Larson to lead their new Star Wars trilogy.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
So there's two ways to look at this news. It's fake or it's true, right? I'm not sure. Now, we're coming off of the heels of media shilling for Brie Larson again because of the stuff that came out of Overlord DVD's channel where he said Disney is losing faith in Brie Larson. Then we have this come out saying Disney wants Brie Larson to lead their new Star Wars trilogy. There's two ways, we don't know. Now, one thing you could argue is that Marvel and Lucasfilm are two different studios under the same umbrella. So it could be that Marvel is losing faith in Brie Larson and that Disney wants her. I don't know. What I do know is that, last summer or earlier this summer, I can't remember exactly when, Brie Larson posted a picture of herself in Jedi cosplay. And the internet went crazy. Oh my God, we gotta have her. We gotta have that block of wood as the Jedi. She's gotta be a Jedi. Oh, she's so perfect for the role. I don't know what it is, but the NPC woke crowd, they love Brie Larson. They love her. They think that she's some kind of great actress. Where personally, I think she's got the acting skills as a firewood log. That's my opinion. Maybe you disagree with me, but I've only seen one movie with her. That was Captain Marvel. She looked bored. Her face stayed the same the entire movie. The entire movie. I'm not saying she was on a casting couch to get as far as she did in her career, but anything's possible if we've learned that. So anyway, let's go over what this guy's saying. So Captain Marvel star Brie Larson showed us her lightsaber skills over the summer when she checked out Star Wars Galaxy's Edge experience at Disneyland Anaheim. And after channeling her inner geek once more a few weeks later and with another photo of herself dressed as a Jedi, fans have begun to call for the actress to book a trip to that galaxy far, far away for real. So let me translate to what for real is. So you have 10% of Twitter that pretty much moves all of the content. They're the loudest people on there. That 10%, some of that 10% are the people that were calling for that. So some dummies on Twitter. Oh, you gotta have her. She must be a Jedi. So, of course, that means everyone wants that. So I'm going to show you why she's not that liked at the end of this video. So, yeah, I don't think she's that liked. My favorite Brie Larson story is where she was saying that she wanted people to interview her that weren't white dudes. She wanted specifically, POC or disabled people or something. And there was a woman that was disabled that was interviewing her. And she practically told her like how great it was that she got this woman to interview her because she's in a wheelchair, basically. I don't remember what video that was, but I just couldn't believe that she said it to that woman's face. How do you sit there and say, man, that's so great that she wanted me because I'm in a wheelchair. Not because I'm a great journalist, but because I'm in a wheelchair. It's like it's a slap in the face, but Brie Larson doesn't understand that like all the NPCs. They think, isn't it so great that I'm so woke? Doesn't that make me a great person, even though they're the worst people? Look at her in this face. Like, this is the photo she took, right? Even in this photo, she's got that dead stare, that wooden face. It never changes. It's like she's always in default mode. It's just always there, like she uses glue to keep it in that expression all the time. See that face? That's the same face you watched for 2 hours during Captain Marvel. That same facial expression. It never changes. It never changes. But anyway, what are the chances that Brie Larson will show up in a Star Wars movie? Well, she's clearly a big fan of the sci-fi franchise, but given that she's busy preparing to lead the next phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's unclear if she'd have time to hop on over to Disney's other behemoth property. That being said, the studio would certainly be interested in having her on board if they can make it work. I find it funny. She's clearly a big fan of the sci-fi franchise because she wore a Party City cosplay of a Jedi robe. Clearly, she's a big fan of the franchise. She's never sat down and talked about it. But hey, clearly she's a big fan. So, says that they would like to make it work. Sources close to We Got This Covered, the same ones who told us Tom Welling was returning in Crisis on Infinite Earth, Jonah Hill was signing on for the Batman, and that the CW was developing the Arrow spinoff for Catherine McNamara, all of which has now been confirmed, have told us that Disney really wants Brie to take one of the lead roles in either Rian Johnson's new Star Wars trilogy or the one coming to us from Game of Thrones creator David Benioff and D.B. Wise. So, from what we've heard, here's something that's kind of debunking this a little bit, and that's that Rian Johnson has been told to shut his mouth about Star Wars. And that I believe to be totally true because he's ambiguous about it. Every time they ask him, and they do because the woke crowd loves him, Rian, when are you going to make our Star Wars movies? We love you. We love how you treat us like garbage. He's like, well, we're just working on a schedule. He doesn't really say anything about it anymore unless he's asked. And he's just like, he's ambiguous about it ever since that dropped. So unless he comes out and clearly says, yeah, I'm still working on it lately, we'll see. So anyway, it's unclear which one she'd appear in, if she'll even travel to that galaxy far, far away at all. But from what we understand, the Mouse House would like to find a way to make it work and have her continue her MCU commitments while also being involved in Star Wars. And though that may not be possible in the end, we'll keep our fingers crossed that things will work out. So this sounds like an opinion piece. And then they take a shot at Doomcock right here. They say, oh, this is hot off the heels of that report that they're losing confidence in her. Like I said, Lucasfilm and Marvel are different branches. They might all be under the House of Mouse, but they're not connected. So Lucasfilm might want her. Kathleen Kennedy, Mrs. The Force is Female, probably likes her quite a bit. They can sit around and talk about how much they hate men all day on set. What a good time they'd have together. Right? They'd have a great time together. That doesn't necessarily mean Marvel still wants her. So there's two things to consider there. But I have to question if that's a real thing because it comes hot off the heels of fan petition to replace Brie Larson as Captain Marvel somehow hits its goal. How could this be? What? I find this hilarious. So, on the same day that this comes out, this also comes out. It's like we're running damage control for Brie again and again. What is it with this? I've talked about this before in this morning's video. The Brie Larson Defense Force. They come out for anything that hits her negatively. They come out in spades. So now there's a fan petition that's like, hey, we want Miss Marvel to be replaced. We want Brie Larson out. We want her out. It's currently at over 25,000 signatures and approaching 30,000. They're like, oh, I don't understand. Why don't people like her? I mean, we think she's the bee's knees. They don't. How can you not understand why people don't like Brie Larson? I mean, this is pretty telling. So Brie Larson said some incredibly straightforward and sensible things about feminism during the promotional campaign for Captain Marvel, but she may as well have waved a red rag at a perpetually insane bull. Said bull's composed of online trolls whose primary motivation in life is campaigning against the SJWification of media, usually movies, televisions, or video games, because we're tired of you trying to shove your crap into them. To the end, they spent a very long time concocting false stories about Brie Larson and the MCU film she starred in. No, we just do what you don't do and talk about the fact that she's terrible. Terrible. So, here's the petition itself. So, with none of their efforts working, they tried to marginally more subtle tactic, colluding on 4chan. Those pesky old 4chaners. They decided to launch a fan petition, in their words, get Brie Larson to commit to SJWisms for real, or as the petition itself says, we need Brie Larson to step down from her role to prove she is an ally of SOSJust and ensure a gay woman of color plays the role. Now, several outlets are reporting that the petition has crossed the 25K signature mark and hit its goal. And a recent check does indeed reveal that it currently sits at 25,371 signatures. So you see things like that, it makes you wonder, how can you say that they're not asking themselves, maybe this character isn't what we thought she was? So anyway, more crazy news. Do you think Disney is going to be foolish enough to bring her over when she has so much baggage and so many people against her to be the lead for their Star Wars brand, when Star Wars desperately needs a revitalization? What do you think about the fan petition making headway? Give me your thoughts in the comments. I'd like to hear them. Also, like, subscribe, make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.